Hello, I welcome you back here today. Just as I promised, it's going to be a back-to-back videos for good 90 days here on this channel. And today, without wasting time, I want us to look at one of the fundamental issues that affect the real estate industries here in Nigeria, which is the lack of knowledge on how to start, especially for newcomers, new real estate companies, how to start, the processes of which to take, without making any mistakes. So we'll be looking on those um, important steps, the land development processes. We'll be looking at them step by step. And then from my well of experience, I'm going to share what I can put up here so that it will make your own journey very smooth. And before I proceed, I want to appreciate one of the companies I was privileged to work with in 2002 and 2003. And then, luckily, I was proud to hear that they won the most innovative real estate companies of the year. That's Esso Properties. They won the most innovative real estate companies of the year, 2024. A proud moment for me because I worked with them since 2022 to the end of 2023. And all I'm about to share with you now is what I saw them did firsthand. When you talk of technologies, when you talk of innovation, when you talk of processes, when you talk of following steps, they did it. They did it. And I was so proud to be a partaker of the knowledge. ESO Properties, they won the most innovative real estate company of the year 2024. Okay, without wasting time, today I want us to look at the processes of land development. Um, yeah, I should say in Nigeria, land acquisition, land planning and design, land regulate, how to get your regulatory approvals, site preparation, infrastructural development, and then construction. So these are the process that must be followed when you are talking of development, when you are talking of site, when you are talking of um, construction. You can't skip one. If you skip this to do this, you have to come back, and in most cases it involves having to spend another money, which I believe as a new starter you wouldn't want to face that. So it's better you get the required knowledge, you get equipped even before you get started. The knowledge you get before even getting started is more important than even getting started. So what are the processes of land development? Number one, I'll say from my book, from my experience, I would say it's land acquisition. Acquisition, you must get to buy the land. You look for where you think will fit in do your market survey, look for where you know is going to fit in your construction, whatsoever project you have. You first have to think, calculate your moves, and then buy where you think is going to be fitted enough for the project. That's number one on my list. Land acquisition. Land acquisition. That's number one on my list. Land acquisition. You have to buy a land, and then before you ever think of any project, like not just buying a land actually, like the company Esso Properties I worked with, they taught me these things. The processes of getting a land without problem, so you avoid problem. How to go make your research with the government, go to land agencies and ask questions. You know, get to know a professional surveyor, probably from the state, so that they'll tell you how to the processes you have to take to make the right search. It's not just about the coordinates. There are so many other processes you have to follow before getting to buy any land. Okay, number two on my list is site planning. After you must have gotten a land, what do you do next? You sit back, call your surveyor, your architect, your engineer, your planner, sit on a round table, plan the project, plan the project. Engineer will advise you. The surveyor is going to advise you. The site planner is going to handle that, advise you. Then you put everything together. After you must have gotten all you want on the round table, you put everything into the design. Put the idea into a design. put the project into a design. Okay, this is what we want us to do. The architect will help you to will handle that. By the time it's done, you now know that okay, the land is ready. Now, what I have in mind has been translated into um, a paper, and then you have a paperwork. You now know, okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to start. This is the project I have in mind to deliver. So, at this point, the number three on our list, which is the regulatory approvals. You have the land, you have the design, you have the a project that you want to, go into. Now take your design, go to the local government, and then seek for approval with your architect. You go there with your architect, you seek for approval. They look into what you have on board. Advise you where necessary, and then you get your approval at the end of the day. So once you get your approval, you know that okay, at this point you are good to go. You are good to go because you wouldn't want to be stopped halfway. Maybe while on site, you must have gone far. You started the block work, and then a particular body walked into your site and then scatter everywhere and said, "Okay, where's your approval?" That's a wrong step. So you get your approval first because getting approval is even more important than the project that you want to start. So these are the processes. These three things so far, you've not. There's no single block on a site on the site. So but these are the fundamentals that you have to attend even before dropping a blog on the site. So get your approvals, get your all necessary approvals, get your approvals before you can now call yourself okay. Let's get started. After the approvals, you can now smile because you've successfully passed the three most important stages before any construction. you know. So you get to site. That's where we have number four, which is the site preparation. This is where you now move to site, mobilize to site, involve people. They do the clearing. Your surveyor do the mapping out, do the setting out, set out the road, set out your project site. You know, it's a very important stage here. It's a very important stage here. This where the surveyor will map the road network, from the design. We just transfer the design, what we have on the design, to the site. You know, also everything on the design, the road, the project site, the building site, some project that involve apartments. So everything will just be transferred from the design to site. So and you get busy from the drawing, the design, everything will be now transferred to the site. This is where we now have our number five, our point five, which is the infrastructure development. So here, what do? You do the road network, you do the drainage system, you do get a borehole on your site. You drill a borehole, you do site small offices where workers have to maybe change or and engineers sit up to do their paperwork. So it's also a big one, road project. And also this is where you do some if it's a big project that involve you don't want some people to be going home. This is where you do where they can be sleeping. You do some maybe some structures for them to sleep. You know, it's as important as anything. The road network, so the borehole drainage system is on this point five that you get them done. That is infrastructure development. Without wasting time, after you must have done the road, the borehole, the small office, the drainage. This where you now move to the number six, which is the last point here. This is where the real development gets started. This is where the real project gets started. This is where you lay foundation of the building. Okay, without wasting time, after you must have done the road, the borehole, the small office, the drainage. This where you now move to the number six, which is the last point here. This is where the real development gets started. This is where the real project gets started. This is where you start, you lay foundation of the buildings, the hall, the whatsoever, the factory. This is where you lay foundation to all, and then start your block work. Stay with us. Stay with us. I promise the next video is going to be a big one. So you get, I will keep bringing from the well of my experience. I will keep sharing. I'll keep sharing every day and day. If, like I said, I learned a whole lot from Esso Properties, the company that won the most innovative real estate company of the year 2024. So sometimes I look forward to like seeing more of their project, because I never stop learning. So stay with us. I will be sharing this every day, every day till we exceed the 90 days, just as promised. Do well to like our videos, share, comment, and also click on the bell and follow or subscribe to our channel so that when the video drops, you get notified. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.